Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so let's start in a reading in just a moment. But first, I wanted to make one quick announcement, which is that I'm going to be doing some giveaways here in just a second. But on that topic, I'll be doing every year I do some giveaways on my channel, and it's usually I do it closer to Christmas, but this year I wanted to do a little bit more of that. I'm really grateful for just the community that I have here on my channel. I'm so grateful that you guys have chosen to come and participate and hear my art and subscribe to my channel. That means so much to me. Every time you guys give my videos a thumbs up, every time you subscribe to my channel, it helps my art continue to flourish. And thank you so much for that. So starting in just about 2 weeks time, so middle of September, I'll start to be doing a giveaway every day. It'll happen on this bonus video. So if you guys remember in the past, those of you who've been with me for a couple of years, I always do a tangible item that I give away, and I show you what the item is every single day on the bonus video, and then the very following day you guys know who the winner is. So it's a pretty fast turnover, and it's daily. So yeah, I'm super excited because there's a whole bunch of really fun things I cannot wait to give away. And now I'll also announce a few other expansions on my channel as well that I'm really excited to roll out. But again, that's just upcoming. But for today, today happens to be my birthday. So again, thank you guys for being a part of my world. I couldn't ask for anything better than to have a place where my art can be visible. And so thank you guys so much for your support. I wanted to say thank you in a more personal way. And since it's my birthday, I want to share something. So first off, this smaller little gift here, you guys just in order, I'm going to be giving away 3 things, and you can enter to win all 3 or just one, whatever you wish. First off, because I always look at birthdays as a chance to shed the old skin, start fresh. I'm giving away a serpent pendant with green stones in it. So if you want to enter to win that, you can just write snake, serpent, whatever reptilian wording you'd like to use. All right. Next, I'm going to be giving away the Forhaxa Tarot. Beautiful artwork. Now, this particular deck, I've used it once on screen. I did all 12 zodiacs, and I think that is the only time I've ever used it. So I kind of like the fact that this has been a part of the entire community. Aries did not buy any of my cards on this particular deck, so this still looks like a very fresh deck. And because it's been almost not handled at all, it's another one that I was going to give away one of my brand new decks that have never been touched, but I thought, I don't know, I kind of like the fact, especially on my birthday, because you guys are a part of my world, I thought it might be nice to give away something that we've all been a part of. So if you'd like to enter to win this, you can just write deck. And again, fine if you want to write snake and deck. Totally cool. And then the last thing is actually, it's a re-giveaway because somebody never collected the Goddess of the Moon pendant that I gave away for the, the full moon. And I think it was the last super moon of the year. So I will say this, I only give people about a week or so to contact me to tell me that, where they want me to send their prize. And then if they don't, I don't chase people around. I always announce it publicly. If you are a winner of any of these 3 items, just know that, that's kind of the way that will go is, it's just if I don't hear from you, if you don't reach out to me, I'll always announce it in one of these videos. But if I don't hear from you, then I just re-gift it. Okay. Just because I don't like to have prizes sitting around. Now, there's one last thing to mention about all of this. There are certain places in the world, I'm only aware right now of an issue shipping things to Australia and to New Zealand. That's the only area of the world that there has been consistent issue in that I'm aware of, where I literally cannot ship certain items there. So go ahead and enter to win whatever you wish, but just know we may have to do something creative. We may have to think of something else if you are a winner. I would say the easiest would be to win this if you are in one of those locations in the world, but I have to check and see what the updated information is. I just want you guys to know that it doesn't matter where in the world you are, you're always welcome to enter to win anything. It's just, I want to be full up front that can be an issue with that location. Not always, but it kind of is dependent on what's going on, and that's out of my control. That's global stuff. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Now, shall we get to the, oh, and by the way, all the winners will be announced tomorrow. Okay. So you only got 24 hours to watch this because, well, I like to stay on top of it. And I think it's more fun not to be wondering and waiting. Did I ever win? What happened with that? So it'll be announced. All 3 winners will be announced in tomorrow's bonus video. So now, because again, I look at birthdays as a chance to like release the past or think about what we've learned in the last year and then really focus on like what are we attained, like where are we sitting right now, and then what are the upcoming plans. I do actually want to look at that, like lessons of the past, the present strengths, and the future to look forward to. This is not my personal reading, but still I want to use it in that format because that's how I view kind of a particular day. So in the past, what were the lessons of the past? Lessons, mind you, not intense stories, but lessons. 5 of Swords in the reverse, Empress in the upright, 2 of Cups upright. This is lovely. It's a lesson about learning how to really step into the Empress energy and not block the belief in oneself, not feel as if, I'm never going to be chosen. I'm never going to have success in love. Somebody has like shaken off whatever difficulties they experienced in the past. They may also have said, you know what, I also recognize that maybe I did meet a twin flame or a soulmate or somebody incredibly important to me. I can still see the importance of that. And I can say, I'm not going to pretend like that wasn't valuable to me. It doesn't mean it worked out. We don't know. The thing that was of major importance or major benefit is that from an Empress's perspective, and by the way, this could be masculine or feminine, but from an Empress's perspective, she goes, everything that has had value in my life has added some kind of texture. It's added some kind of life experience that helped me to become who I am, think differently about my life, think differently. Because every interaction we have with somebody, in my opinion, there's some kind of an exchange, right? Sometimes it's an exchange where it's like we literally lost money. Like if we put it in context of like something tangible, in some exchanges, we are the ones who are donating, right? In other exchanges, we are the ones that are actually being, the recipient of some kind of an exchange, and it's like a gift being given to us. And in other exchanges, it's completely equal. It's that commerce where it's like, here, I've got this money, you've got that thing I want, or it's just this wonderful, amicable, straight across trade. All 3 of those have their lessons. All 3 of those kinds of exchanges have something of value because she sees everything with those eyes of, I'm not going to block anything that happened. I'm not going to block the feelings that I had. I'm not going to block the way maybe it bogged me down. You see that we've got this dragonfly, which should be, dragonflies represent action, but these swords were in the way. But these little fairies were actually placing those swords there on purpose. There was some kind of a delay that she experienced in the past, and it gave her a chance to think about things. Mostly it gave her a chance to think about herself. And please remember, this could be a masculine or a feminine, right? I keep saying she because it's an Empress, but men have Empress energy within them as well. It's the divine feminine. It's the nurturing energy. It's that flow of being able to not only like receive information, but also interpret it, and then use their greatest gifts to like work with that information to give something back out into the universe. Because this is receptive energy, but it's also nurturing energy. So, and men definitely have that as well. This is Libra Taurus energy as well. I don't hold too tightly to any idea that is the most important thing, because we all have different elements and different facets of our character and different placements in our charts. So again, to me, what I would just talk about is stability, and I would also talk about a balanced attitude. That's what I take away from it being Taurus Libra. Less that I care about the signs, and more that I care about what qualities does she represent. But this specifically is referring to a lesson from the past about connections and how valuable a connection can be regardless of what happened with it. She is no longer blocking the entirety of it. And maybe she's even thinking, and this could be perhaps bittersweet, but she could be thinking about someone that she loved very, very much in the past. And she's saying, I wouldn't have done it any different. For who I am, I loved them wholeheartedly. Maybe for a moment they loved me too, or maybe I sense that they still love me. Either way, love was actually there. And granted, love can be rocky, and it can be messy, and it can be something that still hurts, but there can also be still a grain of truth to it. It's like the rain that falls from the sky, is really necessary, right? But sometimes we get too much of it and causes floods. Sometimes we barely get enough of it and we're still stuck in a drought. But regardless, that is still something like valuable. So it just kind of feels like it's one of those things. The relationship itself is valuable regardless of what happened. And would she have changed it? Would she have done things differently? Could she have done anything differently? Possibly not. Let's get one more. Ace of Swords. Again, it's just she's seeing things with such clear eyes. It's not about hurt. It's not about pain. It's about I loved. I loved openly and truly and honestly. That's one thing I won't regret. And I couldn't have changed it no matter what, because that's who I am. So, all right, we walk on, whatever it is. We either walk on with that person and we say, I really do believe in love, or I believe that I can give love again, or I believe that that was valuable because that was I, at least on my part, I genuinely felt something and I acted with that genuine intention. That is a wonderful thing to basically say, I have zero regrets, no matter how it turned out. That wonderful song, I Would Have Loved You Anyway, is in my mind right now. I think it's Trisha Yearwood. I could be wrong. Great song, though. Okay, now let's look at the present, shall we? You know what? I don't want this for the present. I don't want this for the present. I think that we'll talk to the universe here for the future, but I think for the present, we need to go with something a little bit more. I want one of these first off. What's the big message of the present right now? Rescue. So somebody right now is thinking about they may have rescued themselves from a place of isolation, or it may be somebody who's making that choice to say, I don't know, I got, rescue me, that song coming into my head. I would say somebody's ready for love. They're ready to not be an island anymore in this place, in this moment in time. And it's not like, oh, I'm desperate, please come rescue me. But it's more along the lines of like there's opportunities that present themselves in life where we could be the person who throws a lifeline to somebody else. And maybe that's the big focal point. From this point forward, remember, she's reflecting back, or he is reflecting back on the past and knowing that whatever happened in their past, they wouldn't have done things differently. They loved how they love. That sense of confidence and realizing that someone was an empress, that was the past lesson that they carry with them into the present. And I almost feel as if they're aware now that at some point in time, we're going to meet other people that might be going through tough lessons, and being that solid rock, letting somebody know that you're not alone, you're not an island. I was an island before, trust me. Sometimes it's good because we sift through information and we find ourselves when we do some deep introspection. But there's also that flip side of it that says, yeah, but if we spend so much time only focusing on ourselves, it can, like, look at it this way. If we only look at ourselves in the mirror every day and we like look so close and we're like, oh my gosh, I have this pore that I can see, and every pore, that's all I focus on. And then we forgot to look at our whole selves and say, wait a second, you're super attractive, you're super beautiful, but the only thing you're seeing is that one pore that you imagine is more visible than all the others. And it's like, quit putting ourselves under a microscope so much to dissect everything and get so self-focused, because that can be a way that we just totally like demolish ourselves, our own self-esteem. Like we can become our own worst enemy. If we've already learned that part, and one of the ways that we rescue ourselves from that is to do things for others, get out of our own headspace. Don't think so much about the details of us. Put on our clothes and walk out that front door and then live. Don't think anymore about, oh, I bet they can see that pore. Oh, I bet, and I feel like she's learned all that lesson already. And she might be aware that other individuals that she'll encounter might still be on that part of the journey. So she could be maybe a bit of an inspiration. You notice somebody is floating up here in this, this hot air balloon, and they've got their telescope. Like, it's not like she's out looking for people to rescue, but I think she's going to be sensitive and aware, because when you sit in Empress energy, you already fought your own demons. You already got comfortable with your own big pores and you don't care anymore. But there's a sensitivity now where somebody who's as confident as our lead character is in their present, they have this broader world view where they're going to probably be able to spot other individuals. Somebody might become a really great role model to someone, maybe a teen, like a 16-year-old or something. Somebody might recognize that, you know what, I love who I am. I love the way I walk through this world now. I feel good about me. And, you know, it would be nice to help other like young people find their confidence. This could be somebody who wants to actually be like a mentor, big brother, big sister to younger folks. It's not because like, oh, I've got it all figured out, let me show you how it's done, but more like they're aware that when we've shed a lot of our own insecurities, it's that much easier to see where other people might be struggling, particularly younger folk. I know there's something here about rescuing ourselves from loneliness, but also being sensitive enough to recognize when others might be kind of feeling a little lonely also, and just send out those good vibes. So it's really sweet energy for that to be the central message. I don't think she's out there like seeking like, who's lonely? I think it could be kind of funny though, if she was. Hold on, we got to get another card here, or another deck rather. Yes, there's the deck I was looking. No, sorry, my bad. That's not what I was looking for. I have this one deck, there we go, that it somehow gets swallowed up in amongst all the others every single time. All right, so I only read this deck in the upright because there's already 2 meanings on every card. So present energy still. We have the Hierophant that goes to the Lovers. We have the 7 of Cups going to the 8 of Cups. I gotta say, this is a card, well, a present moment where somebody is as aware that individuality and self expression is every bit as important as what we bring to the table, and how I'll say a good relationship. I don't want to say healthy because who am I to say what's healthy or even what's good, right? It's like whatever suits us. But I would say that anything that makes us a better, stronger, happier version of ourselves, and we give that same vibe to our partner, I would argue that sounds pretty damn good. In our present moment, our lead character here is saying, you know what? Here are the things I have come to recognize. I have come to recognize that no relationship saves us, but being sensitive with each other, sensitive enough to just respect an individual as individual as they are, but also be able to have a connection with them where it's like, I like and respect you as you are, your idiosyncrasies, your uniqueness. Those are the things that we look for to bond with somebody, not to say, okay, I found somebody who's almost just what I want them to be. Now I'm just going to have to get them to fine tune these things. I need to teach them what they need to do so that they can be my perfect mate. Like, that ain't how this character operates. This character is like, the biggest part is I'm looking for that individual who knows who they are, and I can celebrate their gifts, their strengths, and support them in who they actually are, not say, oh, I really like all the things that you are, except these few things, but that's okay. You can get those changed up for me. Like, that ain't okay. That's not how our character operates. And they're aware of it though. This is somebody who's very like, I want to say cognizant of the kind of partnership, the kind of relationship that they want to have. And again, it's probably because with the Hierophant and the Lovers, which is what this combo card is, that Hierophant represents a connection to our higher self. These 2 lovers are both going to be connected to the higher self. We even have kind of like, if you were to draw lines, it's like a pyramid shape. It's like these 2 can form a solid base because they both meet at the higher mindset, right? I believe in, having a partner that I respect and admire for all the differences and all the uniqueness that they bring to the table. I'm not seeking a partner who is exactly like me. I'm not seeking a partner who I can train to do the things I want them to do. It's not like that at all. It's a very, I'm going to say it's like a real open, freeing kind of, I'm delighted if my partner has, things that they can teach me, interesting things that I don't know about because they've lived a totally different life. They have different hobbies, different interests. We don't have to say, well, I want you to stop doing that so we can do this instead together. That might naturally happen, but it's not high expectations on it. It's more like, oh, this is so cool. You have all these different experiences to share, and I want to learn about these things, and they want to learn about yours. It's this really lovely energy. So if this is the present, this is a terrific storyline so far. Like, I absolutely love, love, love this. Now let's look at the upcoming, right? So that's the present energy flow. I gotta say, we've been pretty much sticking with what I would view as Empress energy all through here. That sense of like, I want people to blossom and grow as who they are. I'm nurturing and supportive. I want something reciprocal in return, but not with strings attached, or, you know, like not tying somebody up and demanding. I just want something easy, but kind and mature. That's what it looks like. Upcoming future energy, we do still have some bumps in the road, because we've got the Princess of Sacred Circles in the reverse, followed by the Ace of Cups in the reverse. It may simply be that there will still be, we might be tested. We could still encounter situations that they're not fulfilling. And as much as we talked about things being like easy, lighthearted, it's every bit as important to be able to say, yes, but I'm not going to accept something where I don't feel like this is clicking for me. Because if we didn't have any set of criteria of what we like, then basically we wouldn't really know who we are as a person. So there will still be people that she encounters, situations that will want her attention, people that will want her to give, that it's like giving to this person would only enable them. So I can't actually give to this. You know, an Empress knows how to be supportive without being a doormat. An Empress knows how to be loving and accepting of each individual uniqueness without becoming someone who has no thoughts or opinions of her own. This is a fine line to walk, but again, it's like helpful without enabling. It's good to put up boundaries. It's good to tell people no. It's good to say, oh, that's wonderful. I'm sure that'll be great for you. Oh no, I won't be contributing to that because it's not my thing, you know, because this could be the thing where people want to come in and like ask her to support this cause, that cause, you know, do this for me, take care of this. You're such a great nurturer. I'd like you to nurture this for me. And it's like, well, actually, you have to learn how to nurture your own things. But I'm fine, you know, like, I'm glad that you're inspired by me, but I'm not going to do your work for you in a relationship, nor in a friendship, nor teach somebody how to mother to the point where it's like you're actually becoming the person that mothers. And I mean that in the context of like business relationships, as well as, you know, children or anything that's being nurtured and grown. It's like, well, I'm not going to do all the mothering, the gardening, or the business growth for you. I'm not going to hand you over a business plan and then go make it happen for you. You have to do all those things yourself. And so I feel like in the upcoming future, she's still going to have to be able to say, okay, there's a couple of things that maybe are approaching me that I have to ask myself, do I want them? Do I want this relationship? Does this suit me? Because she's not going to say yes to things that don't suit her. And again, to me, that's good Empress energy there. That's recognizing where we don't want to overextend ourselves. 9 of Sacred Circles in the reverse, 10 of Cups in the reverse, 6 of Staves in the reverse. That upcoming future, man, she is really doing a broad overhaul of the things that have like depleted her. She may be cleaning house. That's interesting. You know, I was expecting that everything that she's going to be moving into next would be all about like, yay, sunshine, roses. Because in her present energy, we've seen her come to terms with the past. We've seen her really strong in her present, but her upcoming future is all about cleaning house. I didn't think of it that way. That's kind of a surprise to me. That makes perfect sense. I would have guessed all these cards are going to be upright, and none of them are showing that way. In order for her to really live by that new energy flow that we saw in, you know, the lessons from the past and her current, like, really contented energy vibe, she actually has to clean house of everything that wasn't those things, everything that wasn't satisfying, everything that made her feel like, wow, I keep giving to this and it kind of keeps depleting me. Wow, I don't feel very well respected. Wow, I'm not really happy doing this. I'm not really happy holding on to someone. And this could even be a combo of, if she had been waiting for someone to show up in her world, I feel like she is not waiting for that anymore. I feel like there is some understanding that being single is not who I want to be. Single and waiting for someone so that, because an empress is patient, but at some point, patience also just becomes wasted time, because she's supposed to be living her life to the fullest. So whatever she might have been waiting for, or still saying, okay, someday I'm going to have all that wonderful stuff, I feel like she's saying, now, wait a second, why am I saying someday? I'm single now. I don't want to be single now, or I'm not as abundant as I want to be in this career I'm in. So why am I still doing this? We've seen her really start to, her or him, really start to think about, where is the next phase of this person's life going to be going? Okay, somebody's headed toward Leoville. Sorry, this is a hard one for me to make sure. I always give her a little tube top. I'm not offended by nudity in the least, but I don't want to offend anybody else, so I just always try to be graceful. But strength card, Leo energy, and that 5 of staves. She's making a plan. This is, her future is not just going to be like, okay, however this flows, it flows. She's making a really serious plan about certain things that she wants for herself, that she's going to probably put some demands on anything in life. This could be somebody who's about to become a much, like, I'm going to say a sharper businessman or businesswoman. Like, there's a way to be nice, and then there's also a way to be, yes, but I also am firm, and I have expectations, and I have, levels that I need to meet, and that's how that's going to be handled. This could be, because this is working things out, and this is taking the lead, a lead role in her own life. It's saying like, hey, if she wants to, maybe she wants to get into this particular thing. Maybe this temple represents a major goal for her. It could be, I want to, whatever. She wants to buy a house. She or he wants to be like on the grand stage in some part of their life. This could be anything where it's like, I want the effort that I put in to really have me meet that bigger goal that I've set for myself. And the only way to do that is to really take charge of things. And that also means, when I said it's like cleaning house or cleaning things up, this could be like, she really needs to cut away wasted energy, wasted resources, and only focus, not in a cutthroat manner, but focus on like, I want to actually have like that really amazing relationship. I want to have that place that I live, or that business, or whatever the thing is that she wants to advocate for herself. He wants to advocate for themselves, what their future is going to look like. And it's like, well, the only one who's going to make my future happen is me. So I feel like this person is actually turning their attention, again, not in a cutthroat way, but in a very matter of fact, like, this is what it's going to take to get to my goal. I have every right to pour my resources, my thoughts, and energy into meeting those goals. And in doing that, I'm also going to have to say no thank you to a lot of other people that are going to want my time, my energy, that are going to, ask me to kind of get off my path, but I'm not going to be doing that for anybody else. 6 of Swords. Definitely, this is, I want to say that somebody is, I feel like it's one of those scenes in a movie where somebody walks into a department store in like, shabby, outdated, holy clothes. And then they walk out 2 hours later dressed like, 3-piece suit and tie, dressed in, like some whatever power clothes, or, sexy outfit, or, something that's clearly like really high quality. I feel like someone is living their life at a more high quality level. This is not about them as a person. It's them as their external world, and what do they expect for themselves. And Empress goes, okay, I've worked on my internal stuff, right? I feel like I understand who I am. I understand the choices I've made in life. I'm not bitter about anything. I accept also that I know the kind of relationships I want to have. But then moving forward in my life, I also recognize what kind of quality of life I want to live external to myself, meaning, like I said, where I want to live, what kind of job I want to have, how I want my surroundings to be. This is what she's headed toward now. 2 of Wands, it's all up to her. She's going to have choice after choice after choice to make. And I don't know if this person has ever just made choices purely for their gigantic goal. Part of it is like, I don't know if this Empress up until now has ever I feel like their journey had all been about inner stuff, love, but as they move forward in this next phase of their life, it's they've worked out the inner stuff already. Now it's how they apply all of that inner knowledge to their external world, and they're going to have a ton of choices. I don't know that they ever even let themselves dream this big, or make choices that were just for themselves. If now the way they ask a question when somebody comes into their world and says, hey, I really like you, I want to spend time with you, this individual might have said, okay, well, yeah, like, I mean, maybe we're not going to be lovers, but we could be friends, so I'll give this person my time. They might now say, truth be told, I don't have that kind of free time to give to like developing connections where they're more one-sided. This doesn't mean that this person's going to be like, well, what am I going to get out of this? No, but it's like they're going to have to maximize their time a little bit. They're going to have to say, why would I be saying yes to things that I don't authentically want to say yes to? Being able to say no when it counts, listening to inner guidance. You notice we have the pyramid here. That pyramid was, built to be in alignment. The pyramids of Giza were built to be in alignment with Sirius, the brightest star in the sky. There's something here about sticking with our goals and letting that be our defining thing. When we're trying to decide what to do, we ask ourselves, okay, but wait a second. What's the bright message in my mind? Do I authentically want this person in my life? Because sometimes she might have let a lot of wrong people into her life out of benevolence, out of a misplaced sense of, well, I don't think I want to entertain this person's energy in my world, but I shouldn't be judgy. Let's go ahead and start, giving my resources to somebody. I feel like she might have learned a lot about, how about I let somebody earn their way into my life instead of immediately allowing them in. So I think that understanding, like, what is my inner light telling me when I'm about to make a decision, yes or no? Do I say yes to this person? Do I let them into my life? Do I say yes to this added thing that somebody wants me to do? What is my inner self telling me to do? Because she's going to have choice after choice. And I don't think she ever looked at it like she had a choice before. I think it was like, well, I should just say yes. Well, I should just say yes. I think these are major changes for this person. I think she's really good at not saying yes to everybody anymore. We have 9 of Swords and we have the World in the reverse. This is letting go. Remember, this is this kind of stuff she's letting go of, right? 6 of Swords says she's moving beyond it in her upcoming future and allowing herself to say, in every situation, I have a choice. I have a choice on how stressed out I'm going to get. How long do I let this, the choices that I have to make linger in my mind and bog me down? I think that our Empress here might just have learned the secret of how not to waste her own valuable time. I want to be so careful on how I say this because it can come out so wrong. It's not like, oh, well, this person isn't going to bring anything, that's going to help me get to my goals in my life, so I'm not talking to that person. That is not what I'm saying at all. It is the energy of, how do we make boundaries for ourselves that are the right boundaries to have, so that we don't go, but I feel guilty about having this boundary, but she's not going to feel guilty about having her own boundaries. That's the simplest way for me to say it, because she can see, if I don't have boundaries, if I don't say yes when I mean yes and no when I mean no, I can really find myself having years of time that just disappear. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, 7 of Cups in the reverse. Very much aware that when there are blockages, use that blockaged time really, really, really well. It might be a good time, if she doesn't want to say yes to something, to not offer things that she doesn't really want to. Get really clear on things before moving forward. So anytime that she needs to either intentionally cause a blockage to figure things out, or if the universe gives her blockages, it's like, oh, it's so that I could get clear on something. But I think she's aware that some of the blockages she's found in life might have been because she was uncertain. The universe wants us to be certain, like, confidently. Think of it like crossing a street. We've all seen, or changing lanes. We've all seen drivers who you sense they want to change lanes, but they're not doing what a confident driver has to do. You have to turn on the signal and you have to show that you're going to be moving over, especially in, like certain areas where it's like, you have to show what your intention is. And if you kind of do it, and then you weave and you go back and forth and you never turn on the blinker, it weirds every other driver out and it gets really dangerous, right? We got to know, we have to signal to each other, hey, I'm going to do this. And then the other driver goes, okay, no worries. I fall back a little or speed up, let you in. It's supposed to be courtesy, but it's also supposed to be confident movements. If somebody's going to cross the street, but they walk up to the edge of the curb and then they weave back and it confuses drivers. So they stop and pause. And then the person is like, oh, I feel bad that they stopped. So I shouldn't cross the street. And it's back and forth. And now cars are stacking up. Somebody's not crossing the road. It's just, we can't operate with that much uncertainty because it bottlenecks and makes everything. Actually, it wastes a lot of time. So it's more like operating with that strength, that courtesy, but that certainty. Particularly when things are bogged down, somebody's got to make the choice, right? Either, that person who is not crossing the street needs to take control of it and be like, thank you, I'm crossing. Or the driver needs to go, okay, I'm moving forward since you didn't cross. Somebody has to make the move. And I feel like right now it's all about she is making moves in her life. That may mean that she leaves certain people behind who were not confident enough. That may mean that she leaves behind certain things, that were not, I just dropped half that deck. And we're not gonna, that's the end of this, because this is, when things are sliding off like this, it's like the mic drop moment here. She's got a nurturer of cups coming in. Doesn't matter if it's masculine or feminine. We do see a divine masculine energy, somebody emotionally available, somebody that she can communicate with. She understands what they mean. They understand what she means. There is emotional sensitivity, meaning like there's a reciprocity there. We're not expecting anyone to be a hero. We're not expecting anybody to, well, honestly, to rescue. We're just expecting open dialogue of, this is who I am, this is who you are. That's pretty much where she's headed with all of this. Someone who confidently can look her in the eyes, or she can look them in the eyes, she, he, whatever, and say, I know that this person wants me to cross the street and come over to their side, and I want them to. Like, this is two people who, like, if they're seeing each other from across a road, it's like, hey, come here. Or I'm coming over to you. It's like there's a certainty of what side of the road she's going to be on. What's she going to say yes to? What's she going to say no to? That's where she's headed in life. And the only way to get there, the only way we can say a confident yes is if we can also say confident no to every other option out there. That's what this whole thing is. She's moving through her life with confidence, not cutthroat attitude where it's all about me, me, me. But in the nicest sense, yes, it's about me. It's about, where do I want my life to go? Who do I want to blend with? Who do I want as a dear friend? Who do I want to give my energy to? Sincerely, not out of a sense of obligation, but what does my heart say yes? And it's for me. It's not for, oh, I should probably help this person, I need to do that. It doesn't mean that she can't still be polite. But when it comes to like an emotional, like who she loves, what kind of things are going to be acceptable to her. The bottom line is she's looking at her life and saying, what is it that will move my life forward in that amazing way that I want it to blossom in? So again, it's just, I hope this has come out in a way that doesn't sound harsh. I'm not sure I've explained this very well, because this was all really nice energy, but I guess it would be advocating for oneself in the most honest of ways, so that we can be honest and authentic with who we are, what we want, where we want our life to go. That's what I see in the upcoming future on this storyline. So I shall leave it there. That very lengthy, very lengthy one. All right, you guys, take care. And as I said, go ahead and enter to win any of those items that you wish. I will announce winners tomorrow in the bonus video. And in that bonus video, I will tell you how to contact me if I've called your name and if you are one of the winners. Okay. So thank you guys again so much for choosing to support my free channel by liking, sharing, subscribing. And as always, I am a storyteller and an artist, not a psychic. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Super honored you popped by. I hope that frames my work the way I intend it to be. All right. Bye.